Finance can be a backbone of a successful marriage, and it can be a backbone of a destructive marriage. I'm talking about finance, and only finance today. And I want to beg you, if you work and your husband works, both of you have to put the money together. Your spouse must know how much you earn now. Why are you hiding it? You want to take it to heaven. That's when we come to Canada, then marriages begin to break up because the women chase the men out of the house. They feel even when they work, their money is their money. And that's why when women get used to only their husband providing, it's difficult for them when they move abroad. How will there not be friction in the home? Husbands, if you need your wife to contribute financially to the home, then you also must contribute physically to the upkeep of the home by putting your own effort. You're welcome again to my channel. This is Afolake, and thank you for joining me. If you are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. For my old subscribers or those that even watch and have not yet subscribed, why now? Why now? Why now? Please, you guys should subscribe and let the channel grow. Give us a thumbs up when you watch a video and you resonate with it, or you feel somebody needs to see it. Like and share it so that it reaches far and wide. So thank you once again. To my people in Canada, or those even close to me, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Calgary, Alberta, how have you guys coped with the weather so far? It's been really bad. And short of to say that we've enjoyed an extended summer or fall last year, that's we didn't have winter pour out on us, and then the winter just decided to give us, in fact, triple bashing, and the temperature was going up to like -35, -40 in some provinces. I don't know if we got to -45, but the feel is actually what is the weather gone. Everywhere was white. We were digging out snow, and the thickness of that snow was really bad. In fact, if you were following me on Instagram, you will see one of the videos that I posted where I was actually on my way out to work one morning, and gosh, all the garage door, even to the bottom of the door, was frozen. It was really bad that my husband and son had to quickly start digging into it. But we're thankful for the weather. We just have to keep thanking God. Abi, sunshine, winter, summertime, whether in the summer, whether in the winter, in the fall, in the spring, we are still grateful to God for giving us these spectacular weather conditions. It's awesome. In fact, winter makes me look pretty fine. At least my skin glows in the winter. But it's also a time that winter blues is rife. People really feel moody at this time. People really feel so down at this time. But, you know, we just have to roll with the weather. Encourage ourselves, guys. You guys should just reach out to one another. Encourage everybody that's been feeling low, feeling down. You don't feel that spot to do stuff. It's just the weather. It's just the weather. And meaning that it came so dramatic on us at just getting into January. But we're just thankful for the weather. But just checking up on you guys concerning the weather. But today's topic is actually a fallout of last week's topic, which I talked about. Nobody is coming to Canada alone. If you have not watched that video, I beg you, go and watch it. It's here. Go and watch the video, because I really had to address couples that decide to want to split and come first, and another person join, or the children join, you know, or split in different capacity because of one thing or the other. Even though circumstances might differ, people might have reasons why some or part of the family has to go ahead first and the other join. It is important that the end date, you know, you keep it in mind and you work towards it with religious mind, so that you don't, you know, split the home. Canada embraces family values, embraces, you know, all the family to come together, and we must understand that. And it's also good for you to raise up your children, for you as a family, as couples. It is very important. However, we need to also know that coming to Canada or coming abroad also has a toll on marriages, because things are kind of different, right? The way things are back in our home countries, for those that are religiously African, that the men alone has to provide for the household. The men provide, the women support in little resources that they do or work that they engage in. Some are also business owners, some actually are sit-at-home moms, and they take care of the children. No income or next to no income that comes in, and the man takes all the responsibility of the home, you know, paying the bills, paying the rent, caring for the family, and everything about the household. But as soon as you come to Canada, life is different. Life is different. Some of us, even while in Nigeria, we understood the part of the support, especially when you also work. It's important that, see, the Bible says two are better than one. In everything, it's not only about you raising children or you having same values, but even in fending for the home. And that's why when women get used to only their husband providing, it's difficult for them when they move abroad. They feel even when they work, their money is their money. It is their money, and then the men has to still go hustle and bring in the money to cater for all the bills. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, except you really earn so much. But as you're coming in as immigrants, please be open-minded, bear out all the concerns, open your mind, and be ready to take in, you know, how the system works here, especially regarding households, building the house, engaging in support with your spouse, and being able to pay your bills here. If you work and your husband works, both of you have to put the money together. I'm saying this because, in fact, a spin-off of all this video is also about another, you know, I watched something on social media, and somebody who anonymously shared that the wife came in as a student, and she's been here about a year, and he joined as you know, as a spouse, came in, got work permit, and started working. And they had issues now, you know, typical marriage, sometimes while go dey, and the wife said the husband should not come back to the house. She actually told him to leave the house, and according to that, the man's passport or visa is going to expire very soon, so he has to go back, and you know, he has to go back, or he's actually just soliciting for ways in which anybody can assist whatever he needs to do so that he doesn't have to go back. And people were putting in their comments, what did you do? A woman will not send you out of the house. And these are the things that some people hear and they say, child, I'm not coming to Canada with my wife because my wife head can turn when she comes here and this and that. But you know, in a marriage, there are two parties to it. The man and the woman has a part to play. And if one part is not doing what he or she is supposed to do, then it breaks down the other part, and there's always one thing. What makes a quarrel? Now, two people. One person, you can't sit down and be quarreling with yourself. Then something must be wrong. They probably have to take you to what we call our in Nigeria and go and examine that head. But you can quarrel with two people. It's okay to quarrel. It's okay to have misunderstanding, but it must lead to a resolution whereby both parties understand the reason for this quarrel and why we must agree and move forward from there. But when it comes to go your own way, I'm not doing it again, or you this and that, or even leads to divorce, that is almost getting paramount here in Canada, then it is not good. But one thing, or major thing that I actually have seen that has caused this issue arising is finance. Money is the root of all evil. The Bible has finished saying it. In fact, we talk about integration and we say everybody must integrate. And look, it takes a lot for us to begin to shift in our thinking from our own home country to the new country that we have come into. Things are different. Things, how you think about things, how you even run your home, sometimes they are different. And particularly when it comes to finance. Finance can be a backbone of a successful marriage, and it can be a backbone of a destructive marriage. And I say this because When a couple comes in and they still have the mentality that the man alone provides, if that's been the status quo from your home country, it's okay because that's how you run your home. But when you come to Canada, it doesn't work like that. How much will the man earn? And things are expensive here too. How much will you be able to pay for your rent? Rent now, depending on your family size, is not beans. And the man's income alone in a month cannot pay these bills. Electricity, gas, you pay for Wi-Fi, you pay for internet, they pay for water for you if you are renting. And there are other things, whether you are wanting to go to school. Yes, your children might not be paying school fees if they are in the elementary or high school, but there are still some fees that they pay. And then if you have students in the college, come and ask me, there's money. Even though you know, as a PR holder, you don't have to pay as much as an international student. I don't even know how international students do these things with this high exchange rate. But that one is another story for another day. But even as PR, we too, we know how the thing is pinching us. And then it's only the man that has to take that responsibility. How will there not be friction in the home? So the woman has to understand her part. It's not only taking care of the home. If you make an income contribute, and I say these things about budgeting, I say these things about, you know, you guys need to be open with your expenses or your income. Your spouse must know how much you earn now. Why are you hiding it? Your spouse must know, and that helps in budgeting, because if one person does not know or does not even have a total picture of what the person earns, if they are paying you bonus, please tell your spouse, let your spouse know. It's part of planning. It also helps you plan ahead. Even if you are planning for a vacation as a family, that money comes in handy. If it's going to make you pay for maybe your property tax, right, you can pay at once in a whole year, and that eases you off the whole year. Or, you know, those major spendings, it is very important that each person is aware of what is coming in, and also helps to, if it's also to put it aside for your children's school fees, if you are not putting money aside every month in the school funds for your children. It also comes in handy, and that's, you know, it gives that relief when the burden of those instrumental payments come staring at you and there's no money coming in. Guys, it can really be tough. But the part that somebody will now say somebody should move out of the house because of something, then there must be a lot going on in that home. And that means both parties need to talk about it. They need to discuss and begin to make amends. I don't know why people can't resolve. See, everybody quarrel. Everybody has misunderstanding. Everybody has something that they dislike about a friend, a spouse, a child. There's always one disagreement or the other that needs to be solved. And there must be a resolution. There must be a way out. Yes, you can be angry. Even the Bible says be angry. But don't let the anger carry you, and then it will make you sin. And then you continue to have that anger and begin to, you know, the consequences of it now will be grave on your relationship or your marriage. And that's why there must be a resolution. See, we need to have empathy. We need to have a heart of forgiveness. And that's where marriage thrives. When you have that, in fact, money will be nothing to you. Honestly, this money, when you even have it and you keep it, what do you want to use it for? You want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to live a good life, you want to travel. What else? And pay your bills. What else do you want to use? Do you want to take it to heaven? But you need to live a comfortable life. How can you live comfortably and then it's at the expense of your spouse or even your children, and you'll be fine seeing that your spouse is suffering and you are enjoying? How? Tell me. How? You guys need to be able to, you know, I say in that last video where I talked about nobody is going first. See, there's something that has to do with you building memories together. You people understanding, you know, how things are done together as a family. If you are married for a while, you know that, look, it's moments are meant to be enjoyed and cherished as a family. It's not one person. Even if one person is having victory, you know, the person enjoys the victory, but it still comes back to the whole family. And these are things that we still imbibe in our children, and we let them know that, look, the first owners of the victory or the success comes on you. We still celebrate with you because we are part of the family, and that is how a family union or bonds begin to, you know, create, and the bond, you know, everybody enjoys that that success together. So we need to appreciate this. I'm talking about finance, and only finance today. And I want to beg you, if you are coming in as an immigrant, please, you need to be open to your spouse in your income and let things work. If you decide to not want your spouse to know how much you are earning, or you decide to want to run the race yourself with yourself, see, tables turn. No, tables turn. It might be your husband that is working now and is earning. What if, you know, the tables turn and then he probably doesn't have a work and you have a work? Will you now open your eyes and be looking and say, no, I will still not be the one supporting? No, you can't do that. And that's why we need to bear everything on the table. We need to understand. And you know, I don't know how you want to run your family or how you run your home. You can decide to have a joint income. Some families actually have, for accountability purposes, one account. You know, they have a joint account. You know, the way joint account was, you have your individual accounts in the same bank and then it's linked together. So when the money comes in, like your paycheck, into the spouse's account, of course it's in the joint purse and everybody sees this, you begin to, you know, run the expenses from there. It's easy to manage there. Then you probably will put yourself on allowances so that each person has what he can spend unquestionable for personal purposes. Then anything that has to do with the home, you know, joint purposes, or you're putting money away for you to buy a car, or you're putting money away for you to be able to buy a house, then it's a joint cost, right? It probably goes into another joint account or whatever, how you guys want to do it, but it is transparent. Other people also decide, please, let's have our money in our own account. I know how much you're earning, you know how much I'm earning. Let's agree based on the income that comes in. Whoever is earning more drops more into this joint pot. Then you have a joint account that money drops into. So each person puts his own share. Even if it's the wife that is earning more, your own portion will be more. Put it inside the joint pot. The husband puts his own. You understand? But you know, all the expenses come out of there. However you want to be able to run that, it just, you know, is openness and transparency, and it helps douse that tension. Money is tension, no? Money, and when there's no money too, especially when you now feel that one spouse is spending, or one spouse is, you feel the one spouse has money and he's saying I don't have money, you know, there's suspicion. And then you are struggling to even pay your part of the bill. Yes, and some people that I know too, they also split bills. Some people will not put their money together, especially when they know that this person is a spender. Even in the joint account, the person will still remove money without consent. It builds up tension, it builds up quarrel in the home. And some people will say, okay, you take care of the utilities, everything. Then you take care of maybe the rent, or take care of the feeding, or take care of this. You know, they split those things, and when there are new things that come, they decide how, you know, the portion is based on whoever earns more. Whatever works for you, there's no formula that is perfect, right? But whatever makes peace in your home, please, it's important that you look at it and begin to run with it. But the most important thing is for you guys to be able to work together and begin to make this union. If things are not working well in your house, there's tension. You'll be tense. You can't work now. How do you even want to get money in? Because you'll be tensed. Any little thing gets to you. You are tensed, and you want to minimize that. So you must be at peace with yourself first. Be at peace with your spouse. If there's any quarrel, discuss it and let it fly. Even if the person have done XYZ in the past and probably taken more money and done whatever with the money, learn to forgive, learn to move on. Discuss it and then move on, and then let the other person that is doing these bad things to stop it, so that there will be peace in the house. Because look, these are the things, little things though, it looks little, and the build up of it can lead to divorce even in homes. You see people say, look, I can't take it no more. They just say, go your own way, go and rent your own small place, let me rent my own, and let me know that I'm the one paying my bills and, you know, running my show myself. But this shouldn't be. And that's why we need to borrow our self-sense when we come as couples in this part of the world. Look, everybody's cards must be on the table. Everybody must be ready to put their hands on deck to be able to make it work. Not only your marriage, begin to make things work in your home, even helping your children to grow spiritually, physically, mentally, even in this integration process. It is not one person's work. You know, I said about men or one spouse leaving the other spouse and let one spouse, especially the woman, run the show if the husband is not coming first. Even when they are here, don't leave the work to the woman alone. Don't leave everything, raising the children, doing all the things to the woman alone. It doesn't work. She also will be exhausted, and then she can't attend to you, if you understand. So please, don't let her be swamped. You need to divide the work. I say, especially young couples, but I know that people that are old in marriage, they've already turned to cement and they are unshakable. But people that are newly, less than 5-10 years in marriage, they still split this work. The wife cooks, the husband cleans, or they split it, or they even split the cooking. You do cooking this day, I do cooking that day, or they do the cooking, the cleaning together. In my own house, we still do everything together. We still do everything together. Everybody can wash. Yes, we have duties. Everybody has their duties. In my own house, everybody has duties. Nobody is bigger than the other, in the sense that we all have things that we do. And then we support ourselves in the things that people do. But in any way or capacity that you can, even in dishes. Even like my daughter does dishes now. It doesn't mean that everybody throws dishes there and nobody still washes it. So while I'm cooking, I'm still doing some part of the dishes. I can still do that. Sometimes my husband goes there and does dishes. My son cleans. He does trash. He throws away the trash. He cleans. He does snow with my husband. Maybe some things are dirty, or my husband comes in and he sees a place dirty. Sometimes he picks up the brush and begins to sweep. All this. And of course, mommy does everything. They are everywhere. So they are like the roundabouts in the house. They can do everything. But the bottom line is, everybody has a role to play. Everybody has responsibilities. And if somebody has the mentality of, I am the head of the home, and crosses his leg, watch TV, football, or, reads newspaper, and wait that everything falls on his lap, please stop it. In Canada, everybody is working. Everybody is bringing income, especially the husband and the wife. The wife too is bringing an income. If she's also responsible to the bill that go on in the house, she's also responsible to also cross her leg and watch, and somebody bring food to her. So we all need to help ourselves. Even while cooking, you can be doing something. The husband too can help in something to make the meal come out faster. Abi, what is this crazy about being the head and not even being able to do anything in the house? It doesn't mean that as the head of the home you can't support. It doesn't mean that you can't. Because look, if you need the support of your spouse financially to be able to pay the bills, because the Bible says the men, they are the head of the home, and if they can't meet the needs of the household, then they are as worse as an infidel if they can't bring in the resources. But time and time show us that, look, even as the Bible also says the woman supports, she brings in her resources to support the income of the house. It doesn't mean now the husband now says, I am in control, and then decides to cross his leg and does nothing. It doesn't work like that. She can also say, I am the tail. I am not doing anything. My own is to clean, to cook, and then she will decide not to work. Yes. But life will not be good for the household. We need to support ourselves, bottom line. We need to, everybody come on deck and put your best foot forward. In Canada, let me just say, there's no head or tail. Everybody is one and equal. Canada has normalized everything. But in the scheme of God, there's still that hierarchy. We need to observe and obey that. But for the peace of your home, everybody must come together. If you need husbands, if you need your wife to contribute financially to the home, then you also must contribute physically to the upkeep of the home by putting your own effort. Don't just come in and be expecting food. You can also cook. Give her the allowance too. You can also cook. Even if it's indomie, make it one day. If it's plantain, fry it one day. If it's white rice, cook it one day. Because she's also dropping money. Because if you thin her out by making her do all these things, she goes to work. See, the woman goes to work. She does work like you as man go to work and come back. And then she still runs around to make sure the home is in order, cooks, cleans, make sure everybody is doing their duties, supervises. And if something is wrong or some child is ill, she's the one that is stepping in to cover for that part. And when the woman raises up and say this, they now begin to say is the woman that chases the man out. But there's always a story behind everything. And woman too, take it easy. Take it easy. You also need to be able to find ways to be able to harmonize all these things. You know, spread things for your own sake and good health. Spread the workload at home. Spread it so that you are not unnecessarily drained, so that you can also have, you know, fresh air in your brain that will help you reset for the next day. Because if you are exhausted even with all this, how can you function at work? And as we come to Canada especially, please, let's drop that ego, that egocentric, that ego that is in our head. Let's drop it at the door of the airport when we are coming in. It does not worth it. It will not help us. Some people are already, their marriages are shaking before they come, even to Canada or abroad, and they just feel, let's just patch it and come, and everybody go their own way. It's not good. We shouldn't be doing like that. Let's, for the sake of our own peace, for the sake of our children, let's make these marriages work, and let's make Canada enviable for other immigrants that want to come in, because we are also sending a wrong signal that when we come to Canada, then marriages begin to break up because the women chase the men out of the house, or because they cannot stay in one home together. There's always divorce when they come. That's why men will say, I am not going. And they truncate this you know, beautiful experience of moving abroad and starting a beautiful life with a family. Well, I don't want this video to be too long, but I hope families would pick one or two things from here and see how they can manage their resources financially, especially, so that it doesn't have a toll on their marriages, it doesn't have a toll on their home. Work together, you know, you guys should talk and make sure that your home is well run financially with all transparency, and, you know, making sure everybody is fine, so that there's less tension and there's better love. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you again in another video. Please share this video. Catch you soon. Bye, guys.